Hello. I've had a few classes complain that I walk around too much, so I'm going to make sure that I do that much more. So in the meantime, today, Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever you see this, I wasn't going to do that, but I'm an idiot, so I did. We're going to look at a grammar point. Now we've done past tenses, now we're going to look at present tenses. Then we're going to go into all four of the main tenses. We're going to look at present simple, present perfect, present continuous, and perfect continuous. Now they're all subtly different, and they're all subtly different from the past tenses. And when I say subtle, the differences are incredibly subtle. They're almost the same. So I'm going to show you the four different ways and the four different rules of how to construct them and when to use them. I don't expect you to be experts at this. I don't expect a master class of this because it is quite complicated. It's complicated to the degree that if I'm going to teach it, I will spend an hour reviewing all these tenses myself so that I can remember them. I can use them perfectly well and use them perfectly correctly. In fact, I tried that. I tried looking at the rules, working it all out, writing down all the sentences, looking at what I do, and every single time I use all of it correctly. But teaching it and knowing it, they're just different. The rules are so weird around them. They're so very, very specific and interchangeable that I do acknowledge that the tense forms are very, very difficult to remember. So I'm not expecting brilliance from this. I'm not expecting absolute genius. Don't worry about that. All I'm looking for is that you can recognize the four tenses when you see them, the four present tenses. So what we're going to do is I've given you a worksheet. So you've got a .doc document. I said it right. .doc document on Google Class. So download that, and it goes into a description of all of them, all four, and then a brief one at the bottom, a quick review just to show you the basics of how they're constructed and give you basic examples. So what we're going to do is you're going to read through that, and I'm going to run a video. Now I haven't had time to make a video. There just isn't the hours in the day to make these kind of videos. Constructing a really good video for this would take me all week, and I just don't have the time. So unfortunately at the moment I'm running Google Chrome and Firefox just to get the classes working. My laptop simply can't process videos at the same time. I just don't have the capacity for it. So what I want you to do is watch this video that I didn't make. It's a guy talking about the different tenses. It's the best video I could find online on YouTube. I can't speak to its brilliance. It's okay. It's okay. And it does go through the answers. And if you open the sheet and work through as well, I think it gives you a good explanation of when and how to use the tenses. Then there's a quiz. There's a quiz where all you have to do is recognize which of the different tenses are being used. So make sure that you know the rules. I would suggest have the doc open and make sure that you know it. Use the rules to identify which of the different tenses that you're looking at in the questions in the quiz. And that's really all you're going to have to do today. Simple as that, right? So in very simple terms, we're looking at the four basic present tenses. To use those correctly, you'll be able to dig back in your memory. We have covered these before. You know we've covered these before. I know they're hard, but we're looking at the four present tenses for this. Simple present, present perfect continuous, and present perfect continuous. So in very simple terms, if you skip to the end, I'm just going to talk you through the notes on the final review. So simple present tense is used for an action that's happening in the present time. So at the moment, we use the root form of the verb, or sometimes add s or es to the end. So here's some examples for you if you've got the document open. I love pizza. So the root there is love. They love pizza. There's a slight error there. She loves pizza, he loves pizza. So if it's I or they, it's love. We add the s if it's she loves, he loves. Everyone loves pizza, but not with pineapple unless you're a weirdo. And it's as simple as that. We use the root form of the verb. Present perfect tense, this is used for something from the past that's created a situation that now exists in the present. So we form it by adding have or had and the past participle of the verb. Now I know this is stupid, the past participle. I have been teaching since 2011. The fact that I started teaching in 2011 has created a situation that might be existing in the present. I'm still teaching. I have been teaching since 2011. She has had good results in this class. Now that goes back to the past and continues on from there. So that's what we need to remember. Present continuous, we use the present continuous for an action that's happened now that will create a situation that will extend into the future. I know that's a subtle difference. It's formed by using the present participle of to be, which is am, is, or are, and the present participle of the verb by adding ing. So I am teaching the class, they are learning grammar. So it's something that's happening now. They are learning grammar, it's happening, and it's continuing. And present perfect continuous, finally, the final version of the present tense describes an action that began in the past, which is still actively happening now. So it started then, and it's continuing on. It's made by has or have been, and the present participle, so the root plus ing. I have been reviewing for 2 weeks, which means I'm currently reviewing now. I've been reviewing for have you been reviewing? I've been reviewing for 2 weeks. She has been eating since breakfast. That's someone that's still eating at the moment. We have been learning English since kindergarten. We're still learning English now. So this is how we put that sentence. It implies that it's still carrying on. So those are the 4 different present tenses. And I know it's complicated because they use past tense in some of them and different structures. But if you look at them, they're not that difficult. Simple present, I love pizza. Present perfect, I have been teaching since 2011. Present continuous, I am teaching the class. And present perfect continuous, I have been reviewing for 2 weeks. Subtle differences, but differences, okay? So now, watch the video and then skip on to the quiz.